Hello friends, and welcome back to ReddX, your source for the freshest daily Reddit content. Today we are back to the good old-fashioned rSlash entitled parents. You know I always miss it so much, so let's not hesitate at all, and we'll jump right into these stories. Entitled Dog Parent yells at me because I told her that her pit bull needs to be muzzled. Dog Parent, I don't know man, you're kinda stretching it with that one, but we'll see. So I, 18 female, work as an office assistant / secretary at a veterinarian office. Since I mostly just check people or schedule appointments and stuff for their pets, I'm not certified in animal care or anything. A few months ago we had this one lady, let's call her S, come in with a medium-sized pit bull mix. I check her in, and on the dog's file it says that he has a past history of being aggressive toward the vet and vet techs. This means that he's required to have a muzzle on before going in the room with the vet. This is the conversation that follows. OP, hey, it looks like dog has a past history of being aggressive towards the vet, so he's gonna have to have a muzzle on before he goes into the room. Do you have one with you? S, no, I don't have a muzzle with me. He won't need one. OP, I'm sorry ma'am. He's gonna have to have a muzzle on before the vet can look at him. It's the rules. We have some that can be used for the appointment. S, why? Is it because he's a pit bull? He is just a big baby and wouldn't hurt a fly. This is discrimination against pit bulls. OP, no ma'am, it's not because he's a pit bull. His file says he's been aggressive toward the vet before. A lot of dogs don't like the vet, so it's pretty common for them to have to be muzzled regardless of the breed. We've had to muzzle Chihuahuas before. S, dog just doesn't like the vet to be touching him or messing with his body parts. Just tell vet not to do that and he won't bite like last time. What? OP, ma'am, how is the vet supposed to do his job if he can't touch dog? He needs to make sure everything is working right. S, I don't care. My dog is not going to be muzzled and that's final. You're discriminating against my little baby dog because he's a pit bull. I can't believe that I'm facing this kind of harassment for owning a pit bull at a vet's office, for God's sake. We went back and forth like this for a while. I kept telling her that her dog is not going to see the vet until he has a muzzle on, and she kept telling me that he didn't mean it, and that I was saying that he's aggressive because he's a pit bull. Eventually she put a muzzle on the dog, and he apparently acted fine and non-aggressive with the muzzle on, but since he was aggressive once without the muzzle, he will still have to be muzzled for future appointments. She ended up filing a complaint against me because I was discriminating against her and her dog, but it never really went anywhere. She has another appointment next week, so that's gonna be fun. And this post was 7 days ago. I'm not hopeful, but I have to check. Nope, nothing. I am really curious how the lady thought that the vet was going to be able to check her dog without touching the dog at all. Be like the easiest appointment money that I ever made. Yep, that looks like a dog alright. Have him walk around? Yeah, he's walking alright. Okay, pay the receptionist on your way out. But no, he's got these procedures because he doesn't want to lose his license. Ooh, woo, woo. Pit bulls are great dogs, you know. Any dog is a great dog if you train it properly. But it's a common thing for dogs to get scared. And if you have a dog cornered in a tiny vet's office, and somebody's coming after him trying to poke or prod or even just touch him at all when he's scared, that can easily lead to a bite. So I think the policy makes perfect sense. This woman is just trying to get defensive over nothing. It's kind of like just a reflexive reaction. She's like, oh no, I have to defend the breed. And it's like, whatever, dude. You do know that a Chihuahua is a different breed than a pit bull, right? Let me show you a picture. This is a Chihuahua. We still have to muzzle them. The pit bull is bigger. We still have to muzzle him. I don't know if the lady's actually like stupid or if it's just, yeah, like I said, reflexively defensive reaction. But we'll probably just go with stupid. That's the easier explanation. Anyways, let's jump into the next story. Another pet story. Your guinea pig looks sad and scared, so I'm taking him with me. No. just like the title says. And entitled Stain tried to take my guinea pig because she thinks that it looks sad and scared. Now, before I go into detail, I wonder why a small animal would be scared of a loud, drunk, and obnoxious idiot barging into my home. So, currently, 11 p.m. at the time of this post, and it is hot as fuck in the UK. And I'm just about to try and go to sleep, but lo and behold, a drunk, idiotic, obnoxious, brain-dead moron comes barging into my home and starts talking about me, my dad, and my younger brothers. For those who catch on quickly, I'm indeed talking about my mom, who I've blacklisted out of my life, who thinks that the world revolves around her, and has a hissy fit whenever someone proves her wrong. She starts sobbing and crying, saying, "OP, nobody loves me. Why does nobody love me?" To which I explained to her, "You're an abusive drunk. You're cruel and vindictive. You talk shit about your own kids, and then start to wonder why nobody in the family loves you." She tries to bullshit her way out of it, saying, "Oh, I don't mean it. I only say those things when I'm drunk." She doesn't. Or alternatively, she's just drunk all the time. So, as I'm tired, pissed off, and done with her, I tell her that she can either get out on her own, or I'll call the cops to get her out. She reluctantly does so, but when she walks past my living room and sees my guinea pig curled up next to a frozen water bottle, she goes, "Oh, look at your little baby. He looks so sad." At this point, I walk to the door and order her out, much more aggressively, to try and get it through her head that she has to leave. When she walks up, she goes, "Fine, I'll leave, but I'm taking your guinea pig with me. It looks sad and scared." To which I grab the guinea pig out of her hands and shove her out, locking the door behind me with her going, "How dare you! I'm your mother. I demand you give me your guinea pig so I can look after it." She's still screaming her head off whilst I'm now stuck wide awake in this dreadful heat, calming and soothing my guinea pig, and she wonders why I want to get a restraining order against her. Thank you for all the comments about my guinea pig. I'd reply to each of them, but it'd take some time to get to them all. The fluffy guy appreciates your love and caring, and to those suggesting that I get a restraining order, I'm probably going to get one sometime too. Probably. For those wanting pet tax, here's a link to a post that shows the guinea pig. Hooray! Aw, guinea pigs is so cute, ain't they? I used to have 2 guinea pigs, named Chip and Dale. And then one day they escaped from my room and got chased around by a Cocker Spaniel until they had a heart attack and died. That was a sad day. I was 5 years old. I was not equipped to take care of guinea pigs. But God bless my parents for letting me try. This woman, the entitled mother of the story, obviously is not equipped to take care of a guinea pig either. She can barely even take care of herself. It's really a pathetic situation. She's like, "I just want something to love me. Something that can't run away." That guinea pig's gonna run away too, dude. He's like, "What are we having for dinner tonight? Vodka again? I gotta get out of here." Oh. Maybe one day she'll get it figured out, you know, but it's gonna take a lot more than just a few harsh words and kicking her out of the house. She gotta dry out a little bit, you know what I mean? Put her in the Betty Ford clinic, something like that. But even then, she might relapse, and you'll have to deal with it all over again. But, I don't know. I guess because I've dealt with alcoholism quite a little bit in my family, I try to be understanding. It does seem like she's a scumbag even when she's not drunk, but that could be because she's drunk all the time, and her brain is, like, atrophied. She's not fully comprehending the consequences of her actions. I would say try and show a little bit more love and support, although you probably have tried that and it hasn't worked, but you can't give up on family, really. I mean, you can, but only in the most dire of situations, at least in my opinion. This doesn't seem that dire. She's talking, but she's not hitting anybody, or even threatening violence. I mean, she's technically trying to steal stuff, but I don't know, OP. Only you really know what is best for you. The truth is, it sounds like your mom needs some help, so maybe consider intervening and perhaps you could save your mom's life. Which it might not seem like you want to at the moment, but it's definitely hard to say goodbye to even just one parent. Even if you think that you don't like them, once they're gone, they're gone for good, so just consider it. I ain't trying to tell you how to live, that's just my viewpoint. But anyways, let's get into another story. This is a pet story too, except the pet is a child. Entitled Dad picks on teen girls because he's intimidated by the bouncer. I'm a hostess at an outdoor beer garden. We're open to families during the day, but in the evening everything becomes 21 plus. Yesterday a couple came to eat with their toddler for lunch who was screaming and crying before they even walked in. As the hosting team, we made sure to seat the family at a low-top table with seats with backs to accommodate their child because we are nice and thoughtful hostesses.
But you're just doing your job.
Apparently the couple let their child run around the restaurant and make a mess with the gravel on the ground, and the bouncer asked the couple to please keep their child seated. He even referenced the signs on the wall stating children must stay seated. Naturally, the couple gets angry and decides to leave. On their way out, they march around to the hosting table and start berating us. Entitled Dad:
Hi, I think you guys did a great job as hostesses. You all were nice, but I have a suggestion. Just a suggestion. We came to this restaurant because it's kid-friendly, and we just wanted to have a good time. But that man told us that our kid can't run around and have fun. How's the kid supposed to stay seated in a place like this that's made for kids to run around?
Myself and the other hosts, visible confusion. Entitled Dad:
You should have told us beforehand that our child wouldn't be able to run around. When you see someone that has a child, you need to inform them of the rules before seating them. I'm just trying to make suggestions for you guys to help do a better job next time, because now our experience was ruined, and that's why we decided to leave.
And then the man just walks away, and the three of us were just left confused and pissed off. Like, one, I think I know how to do my job. It's not your fault if you can't control your child in public. And two, this is a bar. It's not exactly family friendly, we just tolerate children during the day. 3, it's not my fault you're so insecure as a grown man that you have to take your anger out on 3 19-year-old girls because the big scary bouncer told you to control your snot goblin. Ugh, I don't know if he was actually picking on teen girls. It seems like he went about it in a very fair and balanced sort of way. He probably should have taken the issue up with the bouncer, but I would think that with the operations of the restaurants, the hostesses would have a lot more control than the bouncer, so maybe that was his thought pattern? I mean, the kid's just playing with some gravel, who cares? Let him have some fun, come on. If he's running around the restaurant and stuff like that, then, okay, there's hot trays of food, I assume. They could fall on the child and harm him, but he's sitting down playing with some gravel, he's good. Don't even sweat that. But I don't know, maybe I'm just more like a laid-back guy. I don't really like OP's attitude, if I'm being completely honest. That's the main reason that I'm jumping in to defend Entitled Dad. Like, I understand it's a beer garden, and you personally only tolerate children during the day, but your boss obviously sees it differently, doesn't he? Because children are indeed allowed. So maybe you should also show a little more understanding. I feel like I'm lecturing to all of the OPs in these stories. That's not good. Comment section's gonna have my head. But I gotta call them like I sees them, you know? And my opinion might change. I might wake up tomorrow and be like, what the hell did I say? But in the moment, after just reading this story, I really feel like it's not a big deal for the kid to be playing with some gravel on the ground. Yeah, there's a sign, kids stay seated, blah blah blah, but you obviously don't have kids. You don't really understand how difficult it is to actually keep them seated unless, you know, you've got something to entertain them. Well, the parents didn't have an iPad with them, obviously, or else the kid is going to be just vegetating at the table. You guys don't have coloring books or something, because you're just kid tolerant. Not a friendly family restaurant. So what's the kid going to do? He's going to find something to play with. Might as well play with some gravel. Seems harmless enough. Nobody was really out of line in this story. It feels to me like OP's making a mountain out of a molehill. So we're going to move on. But if you disagree, let me know in the comments. The piece de resistance. Entitled Mother steals my self-started college fund for my sister's birthday. The Entitled Mother is your Entitled Mother? What a twist. So, while growing up, I found myself having a horde of entitled parents, step and otherwise. My mom was great most times, but still felt entitled to my stuff as I was her kid. On to the story. When I was a kid, after my twin brother got diagnosed with cancer, I became obsessed with saving money for my future. I figured if only one of us got to have a future, I'd make mine awesome enough for the both of us. He's in remission for 10 years next month, but at the time, I didn't know that he'd live. This meant every holiday I found myself saving all the money I got, because I was going to go to Harvard. I was going to have an awesome career and zero student debt. I'd mow lawns, weed gardens, as well as tutor and babysit kids when I got old enough. At the point this story happened, I had a happy $10,000 saved up. Not enough for college, but only $3,000 less than my total loans for college. I was also not allowed a bank account because of my age, and no one wanted one with me. This meant I had roughly $10,000 in $100 bills, I'd trade smaller bills with my mom, in my closet, in a shoebox. My mom had my sister when I was 14, and she was born very early, 27 weeks, yikes, and spent most of her first year in and out of hospitals, so my mom has dedicated her life to making my sister's life the best that it can be. One day, shortly after my sister was born, my mom asked if she could borrow some money, as they would be short on rent that month, due to my mom and stepdad being at the hospital so much, and having their savings depleted. I made her promise to pay me back, and handed her $500 from the box, and told her to put it back in said box when she was to pay me back. I checked 2 months later, and she had paid me back. Cool. Then my sister's birthday rolled around. It was an amazing feat that she had made it to 1 year. My mom was ready to have a huge party. She rented out an entire aquarium because my little sister loved Ariel. She got my sister a custom-made dress that looks like Ariel's pink one from the movie, huge cake from the best local bakery, tower of presents, whole 9 yards. Near the end of the party, she announced that she had taken notes from my thrifty saving and that she had started a high-interest savings account with $1,000 at the moment, so when she turned 18, she'd be set. She also informed family members that any money she received as a gift today would go there. Yeah, right. We weren't wealthy by any means, so I figured that my stepdad's parents, wealthy old money, had paid for all this. I was 15 at the time this happened, and with a permit from school, I was able to get a part-time job. I went to put my first check in the shoebox, and I noticed that it only had one envelope in it, versus the 10 that I had had. I opened it up expecting to count 1,000, but it was only $374 showing. Whoever took it had the foresight to put back what they didn't use. I had an absolute panic attack, fell to the ground screaming and hyperventilating, crying, unable to speak panic. That's when my brother came in. He wasn't sure what to do, so he got my mom. She got down on my level and soothed me to where I was able to communicate everything. She asked me what happened, and here's the exchange roughly. EM equals mom, me is OP, TB is twin brother. Entitled mother. Now, what happened? Everyone's alright. Are you okay? OP. Robbed. We got robbed. Entitled mother. What do you mean, honey? I started crying again and said, I only have $300. I noticed my mom becoming slightly less comforting, and her tone became slightly nervous. Entitled mother. $300? Did you take it? She was referring to my brother. Twin brother. No. Why would I steal from OP? I didn't even know she had money. Entitled mother. Well, OP, I'm sure you lost it. No. No 15-year-old needs $10,000 anyways. We'll get you a bank account. That way this won't happen again. OP. I didn't lose it. Entitled mother. Well, you must have thrown it away then. Or something. Oh, God. That's when it suddenly clicked. My sister had such an awesome party. OP. Mom. Please. Please tell me that you didn't take it for sister's birthday. My mom got defensive and started talking like, and this is the best way to describe it, a guilty Danganronpa character during the rhythm minigame. That's a terrible way to describe it. I don't know what you're talking about. Entitled mother. I would never. What would I even use it for? Your sister has had a hard life. You'd be lucky if that's where your money went. Ha! You even got the money from us. Only part of it, but whatever.
I remember distinctly putting $500 in your stupid box.
Twin brother. Oh my god. Mom's a thief. Entitled mother.
I'm not the thief. I've given everything so you kids can have the best lives. I was at the hospital every night with you. I shaved your head when your hair started falling out.
This continued and would be a lot of typing, but you get the gist. OP. Mom, you gave me that money because you guys didn't have rent. Twin brother. That's Entitled mother.
Twin brother, out. This is between OP and I, woman to woman.
She pushed my brother out and locked the door behind him. Entitled mother.
Sweetie, one day, when you become a mom, you'll understand that you'd do anything for your kids. When God gives you 2 sick kids who get better, you want to celebrate them. Don't you want your sister to have a good time? Doesn't she deserve to go to college one day? You're so smart and strong. You don't need help like the other 2. You'll probably get a full ride anyways.
Yes, let's celebrate them by stealing the money of the healthy child. I was in tears and too shaken up to talk. I just sobbed in the fetal position. She continued to talk at me for a while, but I don't remember much other than waking up there for school the next day with my comforter on me and twin brother sleeping in my bed with his blanket and pillow. I never got any money back, but after buying a small safe with that paycheck instead, I saved up more and worked 2 jobs when I was 16 so I could have enough money. I ended up with about $5,000 after having to pay for my own car and insurance to get to and from work, and a few other things. No. That's how it ends. No. There's a few parts in the story that make me kind of like tilt my head. Like, really, you walk in a bank, tell them you have $10,000 and they're still not willing to open an account? I think with that kind of money, they'll be like, yeah, whatever. What's your age? Doesn't matter. Additionally, I don't know if a 1-year-old can actually express what they like. Does she really like The Little Mermaid? Or does your mom enjoy The Little Mermaid and kind of impress that on her? You know what I mean? A 1-year-old's not forming any opinions. They've just come out of the blob stage. I think keeping the box hidden was a good idea, because obviously your twin brother didn't know about it. But why would you tell your mom about it? Don't tell anybody. It's called operational security, okay? My wife and I do it to each other, too. She started an online business selling handbags recently. And I'm like, where are you going to get the $400 or $500 for startup capital? She's like, I've been squirreling away money. I'm like, oh, okay, cool. And then we talked about a TV a couple of months ago. She's like, I really want like this 50-inch Android TV. And I'm like, all right, duly noted. Couldn't do it in time for Mother's Day, but now I got it. Broke it out yesterday. I'm like, all right, we're going to go get this tomorrow. So I'm super excited. Finally get to play my Switch on the big screen. Shit's gonna be so cash. But yeah, speaking of cash, it's kind of crazy that your mom didn't give that money back, like, in any form. And I'm also having heavy doubts about that $1,000 actually staying in an account for your sister's college fund. Keep an eye on that. That's gonna disappear quick, fast, in a hurry too. Once the number gets big enough, she's gonna be like, ooh, time to harvest. Oh, Lord. But anyways, friends, I hope that you enjoyed this episode. I hope that you will like, comment, and subscribe if you did. Check out the links in the description to Twitter, Discord, Patreon. As always, a very, very hearty thank you to all of my patrons, Mr. Weasel, Nathan, Crimson Albedo, Lady Nix, Radimus, Cisco, Damon Darkstar, and the OG, Nico the Legend. I hope you guys will consider supporting as well. We got some pretty cool reward tiers over there. And even if you can't right now, that's cool. I appreciate you listening with me today here on ReddX. We're creeping up on 150 subscribers, which is just crazy for a channel that's only 2 weeks old. So I hope we can keep this ball rolling. Like I said, I'm looking at 1,000 subs, but 150 is nothing to scoff at either. So thank you guys so much for that. Join me again tomorrow. We're going to be looking at r/Nice Guys, which is a new one. I haven't done that even on the old channel, so that'll be exciting. And in order to join me for that, you're going to have to keep yourself safe out there, so do not forget to wash your hands. You are a beautiful person, deserving of love, so take good care of yourself. You matter to me, and I will see you in the next one, friends. So until then, bye-bye.